Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you this look right here, which is a glossy nude lip look, and this is the everyday makeup that I've been wearing every day for the past few weeks. I absolutely love a lot of the products that I'm going to be using in this tutorial, especially the Osmosis Performance Wear Satin Foundation and the Sara Happ lip gloss that I'm wearing are two of my absolute favorites lately, so I can't wait to show you guys how I got this look, and please keep watching. First, I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm going to put that on with my damp beauty blender. And I'm just putting this in a light coat all over the eyelids to kind of cancel out any discoloration and give kind of a nice space for the eyeshadow to cling to. Now that eyelids are primed, I'm going to do my eyeshadow, and this is not going to be a groundbreaking look. This is kind of what I do every day, just a little different. I'm going to take my favorite matte quad, which is very dirty and well loved, and I'm going to start out with this shade here, which is Ricepaper, and I'm going to put that all over the lid to set it. And then I'm going to do this on a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to then go in with this color here, soft brown, and just put that windshield wiper into the crease just to kind of define it. So Ricepaper is on just to set the eyelids, and now I'm taking soft brown on this same brush just to go into the crease, and any medium shade brown will do for this. I do this basically in every video. This is kind of my go-to eye look, and just with these two shadows, that's what I wear on an everyday basis. But today I'm going to take one more color from my quad, which is also used very often by me, and that is this gold shade right here, Woodwinked. It's a classic MAC eyeshadow. This used to be like a cult classic that everyone talked about, but it's kind of faded because there's tons of other golds out there on the market. So I'm going to take that Woodwinked shade on my Sigma Blending E25 brush, just because that's what's nearby, and just put that onto the eyelid. This is just a super basic eyeshadow look, nothing fancy at all, super quick, super easy. This is something that I would do on an everyday basis, but I really like this Woodwinked gold color because it's a very warm toned gold, which especially for light eyes like blue and green really makes them pop because those warm colors are very complementary. So that's all I'm going to do for eyeshadow, nothing fancy. And then, because it's my signature thing, I'm going to go in with winged eyeliner, and I'm going to use, as always, my Maybelline Unstoppable eyeliner in Onyx and my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper, the black shade, and I'm going to use these to create my wing, and then I'll be right back. Winged eyeliner is on, and it was not a very lucky winged liner day, but I'm just going to leave it there and go on to mascara, and I'm using my YSL The Shock Mascara, which is just what I have at the moment, and this is a very like wet formula, and I find it transfers a lot on me, which is why I didn't curl my lashes, because when you curl your lashes, then they're just touching the skin above your eyelid even more and can make the mascara transfer even more. So this is better when I don't curl my lashes, but still not my favorite. It kind of just isn't the best formula for my particular lashes. Alright, eyes are done for now, so we're going to go on to base, and I'm going to use the Osmosis Performance Wear Satin Foundation, and I love this foundation. The only thing wrong with it is they don't have a fair shade at the moment, so it's a tad too dark for me, but I just make it work because I really love the formula. And this is the most popular video on my channel, was a review of this foundation. So if you're here as a subscriber because of that video, welcome, thank you for watching. And I'm going to use this again because I just kind of used it quickly in that video, but I wanted to show you guys a different way to wear it, and a little bit more of my thoughts on how I like it since that video. So again, the color match isn't great with this for me, but I make it work because I love the formula, and it's for a healthy, better for your skin, more like mineral-based foundation. I think this gives great coverage and a pretty long wear. I get the most wear out of it when I use like a mattifying primer underneath it, and then if I set it with a stronger powder like the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish or something like that. But lately, since it's been winter and my skin is a little bit more dry, I've just been sitting it with the Osmosis pressed powder, which you'll see in a second, and just not using primer because I think my skin's just that little bit less oily for the winter that this kind of clings okay to it at the moment. But as you can see, it's super full coverage, a little too dark for me, so I'm just going to blend it down the neck. And then keep blending, just keep blending until it's all settled in. After blending the foundation all the way in with my damp beauty blender, you can see now that this really is a full coverage foundation. I'm just going to make sure I blend it really well into my hairline and down my neck because it is a little too dark. But what I do like about this foundation also is that it's nice and buildable. So if I wanted a little more coverage, I could take like another small pump onto my beauty blender and kind of add some maybe around my nose or any areas where you want more coverage. And it does like blend in really nicely and build up in a very like natural looking way. It doesn't get cakey. But I'm going to leave the foundation there for now and go on to concealer, and I'm going to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, which is probably just my all-time favorite concealer. And because this foundation is too dark, the concealer looks really, really light right now. So I'm going to do my best to blend it out, and then once I set everything, I'm going to go in with the Osmosis powder in Fair, and that will kind of tone everything down and make it a little bit of a better color match for me. But I really wish Osmosis would come out with this foundation in Fair. Concealer is blended in now, so I'm going to set it with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just going to tap some of that off and pick it up on the corner of my damp beauty blender and just lightly press that in to set everything. So I'm going to go in now with my Osmosis Mineral Pressed Base in Fair, which is the lightest shade of it, but the foundations don't go down to Fair. So this is one shade lighter than the foundation that I used. They just don't make a foundation in this shade, or I would buy it. So this is kind of going to make it a little bit of a better color match for me, and I'm going to take this on my La Mer powder brush and just kind of press this into the skin to set everything. It also adds a hint more coverage, and like I said, it's going to help me with the color match a little bit. The base is done, and I'm going to go on with bronzer now, and I'm going to use the Glow Minerals Bronzer in Sunlight, which is like my favorite at the moment, and I'm going to apply that with the Osmosis Full Face Brush. And I think I haven't even mentioned yet, the whole reason I'm doing this look is to focus on the glossy nude lip that I'm going to apply. And I think that this kind of gold shadow and just like really kind of simple base, which is my favorite go-to base, just really complements it well and creates like a really pretty look. Sometimes I do my makeup and I'm just like, I don't like the way this looks, this doesn't feel like me. But this is the look I've been doing for the past, I would say, week and a half, and I really like the look, and it comes out like just how I want it and how I like imagine myself looking. You know, sometimes you do a look and you're just like, this is not what I pictured, this is not how I picture myself, it's not working. But this is really just my favorite look at the moment. And after bronzing up all around the face with that larger brush, I'm going to take my NARS Ita brush and that same bronzer and just lightly dab a little bit on the sides of my nose. I always do this just to kind of cut the glare because I am so pale. It kind of just helps the nose not blend into the rest of my face. And contours a little bit, which can't hurt, right? Now that bronzer is done, I'm going to move on to highlight, and I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty highlighter. This is the Killawatt highlighter in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal, and this is super beautiful. I've really been liking this. I actually like applying it better with the Anastasia brush than I do with the Fenty Beauty Cheek Hugging brush. And like I said in my Fenty Beauty video, this is just the worst packaging ever. Like just now I had to have my boyfriend come into the room to open it for me because I can't open it. It's so stiff. I don't know if just mine is like that or if everyone's package is not good, but it's kind of a pain, but I really like the way it looks, so this is the sacrifice we make. So I'm going to take the more subtle side first and dust that on the tops of the cheekbones pretty lightly. And then I'm going to go back on top of that with the Fire Crystal, more dramatic, sparkly, glittery side. And I really like this highlighter. That's the Fire Crystal there. I really like this because it's like a pinky toned highlighter, which I think suits my fair like skin tone really nicely. I also like a gold or white toned highlighter, but sometimes I think pink just looks the prettiest and most natural. And that's it for the highlighter. As you can see, it's not as intense as when I apply it with that cheek hugging Fenty Beauty brush. It's a little bit more subtle, and I really like the look of it, and this has kind of been my go-to everyday highlighter for the month. And then for blush, I'm going to use my Osmosis blush in Peony. Of course, this is just my favorite also, and I'm taking this on my MAC 168 brush. And a lot of times I kind of just keep my blush back here, but lately I've been liking to put it on the apples of the cheek. Doing that makes you look a little younger and more like healthy and just young, really. But a lot of times if you're going for more sophisticated makeup look, kind of keeping it back here, just in between your highlighter and your bronzer, looks a little better. And not everyone's face shape suits having kind of a round like bit of blush right on the fronts of your cheeks. But for me, I don't have super defined cheekbones, so this kind of helps create that illusion. And now for brows, I'm going to use something a little different, and this is my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 3. And this is not my favorite at the moment. I'm still loving the Clinique, what's it called? Superfine Liner for Brows in Soft Brown. But this I like because the spoolie is so, like, just strong. If you've ever used the Anastasia Brow Wiz, I'm sure that you've had the same experience as me, which is the spoolie breaks off like every time. But this has a really nice big cover that I think is not going to allow it to break off, so I really like that about it. But this color is just a little bit too warm, shade 3, and I think shade 4 would just be too dark for me. I need more of a taupey, like cool toned taupe, just not a cool toned brown, because brown can just look really too harsh because my hair is so light. So I think this is the best color for me. It's just not ideal. I prefer the color of the Clinique better, but this is also working for me at the moment, and it's what I've been using every day, like I said, because that spoolie is so amazing. To set the brows, I'm going to use my Glossier Boy Brow in the shade brown, and I'm just going to take these through the brows. I like using this because this is a little bit more of a cool toned brown, so it kind of calms down the warm tone of that brow pencil and also kind of just darkens the brows up a little bit. Then I'm just going to add one more coat of my YSL The Shock Mascara and also put a little bit on my bottom lashes. And then we're almost done. The finishing touch before we go on to lips is going to be my Kevyn Aucoin Contouring Book Volume 2. And I'm just going to take the Brightening shade out of this on a flat shader brush to highlight my inner corners. This is always my favorite inner corner highlight. This is what I use every day. I need to find out if they sell this in just like an individual eyeshadow, because that would be a little more convenient, because I don't really use the rest of this palette on a day-to-day basis, but this inner corner highlight is just life. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, or really the moment I've been waiting for, is to use my favorite lip gloss at the moment, and this is the Sara Happ the Nude Slip One Luxe Gloss. And I talked about her one in Ballet Slip, which is the pinky shade, but I finally got this nude shade, and I was a little worried that it was going to be too much of an opaque nude, but it's really not. It has just the right amount of opacity that you can like see your lips through it, but it just gives the most beautiful effect. Oh my gosh, I love this. And I love everything about this lip gloss. It's super easy to apply. You don't need to have a lip liner or lipstick underneath it. It gives just the right hint of nude color to your lips without making it too high maintenance and opaque where you have to like use a mirror to apply it. The formula of the Sara Happ glosses is also really sticky, but that just makes them last longer, and I find that these last for a good few hours throughout the day before I have to apply it. But I don't mind reapplying it because, like I said, it's easy to apply and it kind of just keeps your lips hydrated and doesn't make them flaky throughout the day. So I think this is just a beautiful formula. It's my favorite. And that's it for this glossy nude lip look. This is my favorite everyday makeup at the moment. I've been wearing it nonstop for the past couple of weeks, and I just love the way it comes out. I really like this foundation as well because I've been wearing this foundation and powder every day for the past few weeks, and it does not irritate my skin. When I take it off, my skin's not red, and my skin's not angry every day when I go to put makeup on. It really kind of it doesn't nourish the skin, but it doesn't like irritate the skin like a lot of other full coverage foundations do, because it does have a little bit healthier ingredients. So I find that it just really agrees with my skin, doesn't break it out, and doesn't inflame it. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this glossy nude lip look and this kind of everyday makeup that I'm absolutely loving at the moment. As always, I will link all the products that I used in the description box below, and I'm also still uploading 3 days a week at the moment on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, so subscribe down below if you're new so you don't miss my next video, and thank you so much for watching.